come in.
Hello, fellas. I'm Lammy, Parappa's possible friend and Katy's bandmate.
We got a crossover character coming to visit us, so let's put the PlayStation 5 back, BFF.
Alright.
So, Katy has emailed me that it caused a lot of drama in the Snapchat group after you visited Logan to cheer him up. Now, let's see. Joe Barnes and Allene Lukito, right?
Yep, it's us.
Well, at least your memory is almost pretty. Now, Joe, you may remember that you were playing on your PlayStation 2 at home. You know what you've been playing?
Oh yeah, I've played on our PlayStation 2 since 2006. It was actually Jack 3 and Shadow the Hedgehog when I was young in Oregon.
Oh, I see. One time I had my Nintendo Switch, Wii U, 3DS, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and my Wii in my apartment at my city in Parappa town. Now, let's get started. Were you off to an adventure after completing Princess Peach Showtime?
It was back in June 15th, 2024, after I wrote down my name at the Sparkle Theater, and I had to go back to my Nintendo home where it was midnight.
And I was on the bus to go for a sleepover. My best friend got back from the Sparkle Theater for his adventure.
Wow, that was an exciting adventure. And what about the backstory, boy?
During the search in the computer, the Madame Grape Theater had so many dislikes.
Me and Madame Grape's theater business is going very well to scare away geeks.
Yeah, we're gonna be famous when I reach the lights.
Same here, but wait a minute. Why is Madame Grape Theater had so many dislikes?
Oh no!
Oh no.
Open up! Nintendo FBI!
Oh, there's nobody home. Please don't look at my computer. I'm not doing my essay at school.
You are under arrest for illegal, horrifying theater for theets.
You can't do this. You literally have to rent the Dark Theater.
Yeah. Tell it to the federal judge.
Winda, get the evidence. Unplug the Darkle computer. What will become a lost Darkle business?
So that's where I finished completing Princess Peach Showtime since 2024.
Okay. So, Logan will come and apologize to you any minute after the therapy. My bandmate, Katy Cat, will be checking on you both. Remember where my possible friend Parappa had an apology dinner since 2014? That's probably because of the red side Katy was in.
Especially the last online play I was in. I got an error since 2014 and 2024 when I was online playing Animal Crossing on my Nintendo Wii and my 3DS. By the way, I got Logan with me, so he can apologize for everything what he'd done in Snapchat.
Hi. Just want to say I'm sorry for causing drama in the Snapchat group. I was a major jerk. I promise I won't let that happen again. Mind if I make it up to you on your Switch, Mr. Barnes?
Sure, Logan.
Thanks.
Joe? You didn't tell me there's new characters in some sort of new PlayStation console? We've used to play back in the old years.
They're called crossovers, Braden. It's between PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo characters.
Crossovers? Holy cow! That was blowing my mind.
About a year ago, I've now becoming Parappa and Pinto's stepmother since April 16th, 2024. They're gonna have to do online playing on their Xbox, PlayStation 5, and their Nintendo Switch in our apartment. So, we have to go now. I got band to go to at the concert.
Have a good night!
We have a meeting to go to, so let's online play some more.
Alright.